Oh, hi. I'm pretending I didn't see you there. How are you all doing? Just going to pull up a chair. I feel like this is a chair kind of a day. I'm just going to move over that way a bit. Tilt the camera up slightly. How are we all doing? I look huge. Good Lord. Are we all right? There's only one of you watching at the moment. That's fine. So this is my garden. You've seen it before. But what you're probably seeing for... I don't know, you might have seen it like this before on a live stream, but you might not have done. You should, if the technology's working correctly, be seeing all of this in full HD. So let me know, because I've got a very clever bit of technology in my house now. It's called a Wi-Fi mesh network. What it means is rather than connecting to a Wi-Fi extender at the back of my house there, which is just not very powerful and vaguely connected to the router in the front room, I've now got a series of 3 different routers that all talk to one another, and I should be getting a pretty stable connection right now. So in theory, you should be able to see my beautiful face and Silver Lady and this bird feeder, which I need to fill up actually, in glorious full high definition. So let me know if that's the case, because if it's not, I've just wasted my money. No, I did a speed test before I went on air. I'm getting about 15 megabytes per second download speed and about the same upload speed. So this should be reasonably high quality video you're watching right now. So let me know if that's the case. What are we going to do today? Well, we're doing a few things today. One of which is we're going to be putting some cement down in the Turing locomotive depot, because I've got some cement dye, and I'm gonna cover it with a black cement to give it like an ash filled look, which is nice. So looking forward to that. And then when we've done that, we'll give this little lady a play with, steam her a bit, and I've got some pruning to do as well, because if you look over in that direction towards Strawbridge, it's getting a bit green, so I'm going to do some pruning as well. I might even get the rabbits out. We'll see how it goes. How's it all looking, by the way? Is it video quality good? You know, it should, like I say, it should be 720p at least, if not 1080, because like I say, I should have a reasonably good internet connection right now. So yeah, let me know how that's all looking. Otherwise, I'll have to find out for myself by watching this back later. This is going to make live streams in the garden a lot better. It is in full HD. Excellent. Woo! Money well spent. Yeah, not that I've got very much of that nowadays, but never mind. Thank you, Amazon.co.uk, and your payment plans. £20 a month. Hell yeah. God, I love technology. Technology is amazing. Right, what we're going to do first, we're going to do cement. That's what we're going to do. So let me pick you up, and I'll walk you through to my shed. As I don't think you guys have seen inside the shed before. I don't know if this will keep the Wi-Fi going, but we'll give it a go. If I just bring you, come inside, come inside. This is where the magic most definitely does not happen. It's a bog standard shed. Over here, you can see what's left of the track from building the garden railway. That's my my track laying truck, which had a bit of an accident at some point, hence the big gouge taken out of it. That's some painting stuff. That's some paint. What else we got here? All my gardening tools. We have a hoe there, a broom, a rake, something, a spade, a fork, a trowel, all of the things. It's, yeah. This this is fun. I'm enjoying this. Right. What else we got? Some more track laying bits in there. If you go down here, there's bits and bobs, gloves there. Might use them later. Some string. This I use to mark out the track bed. Some tent pegs. Again, I use them to mark out the track bed. More gloves in there. A bit more paint down there as well. This is where I keep my bird seed, which I need to top up, so I'll do that a bit later. And I've got all this excess levelling compound from building the railway. Now if we come over here, this is my railway prep coat, which I think I was given by someone at New Valley. Some overalls there. Horticultural grit, that's what I've been using to make ballast. And over here is what I call misc stuff. That's the rabbit carrier for when we take the little darlings to the vet. Some extra run there, and some bits of dirt from a hole in the shed there. And this thing was used to make a window ledge on the house. It's all thoroughly exciting stuff. Anyway, right, so going to be needing this because that's got tiling cement and tiling dye in it at the moment. What's that in there? Is that a caterpillar? I think that's a dead caterpillar. That's not great. Put you down there a minute and I will retrieve ex-caterpillar. I'm sorry, little dude. Not quite sure how you ended up in there, mate, but that's what happened. Oh, come here. Pop over there. Right. Move you over here slightly. Actually, I'm gonna pick you up and show what I'm doing. I've got this cement mix here, which seems to have got slightly damp, unfortunately, but we'll make it work. But there you are. You can see it's just slightly grey at the moment, which isn't what we want. We want like a more dark grey to black consistency. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll have a proper look from above, like. Not sure if you can see from there. There we go. Right, I've got somewhere. Might be down in the house. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. That's the, oh, will be, hang on, let me open it up first. So here we are. Big old bag of cement, guys. So, basically, very simple. Just going to empty that in there. Job done. Right. Some scissors. Go. Done. Lovely. Okay, so as I mix this together, you should see it's black. Which is what we want. So it's kind of an off black because of all the cement. There's a few lumps in there actually, not what you really want, but it'll work. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet that. I'll do that from sorry, hold on, there you go. I'm going to do that from over here because there's a little bit of, well, not a little bit, a water butt. I'm just going to gently fill this with water, not too much. There we go. And bring that back over here and just give that a mix. As you can see, it's kind of got kind of an ash look going on, which is what we want. Okay, we're going to need a little bit more water than that, I think. So we'll do that again. There we go. Okay, give that another mix. This feels like more of a two-handed job, actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put you down over here for a minute so you can see the bit of track we're actually working on, and then I'm just going to fill that in. So, mix. Again, I think we need more water. Still, kind of split mass, more water. So, again, that mix round. Ideally, what we should end up with is kind of a thick cement mix rather than liquid. I think what I've got going on there is about the right consistency. You can see there's some lumps in the bottom still, so I'm going to get rid of those as much as I can. I can always put a bit more cement in if it's too watery, but I'd rather get it right the first time, like. Okay, so it's hard work, this. There we go. You can see that's looking a bit more, yeah, cement-like. Okay, so mix. Still some dry lumps in the bottom there. You can see. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Okay, so I may just add a teeny bit more water, actually, because that's a bit easier to work with. So what we want is not quite liquid, but watery enough that we can move it around a bit. I think that's a good consistency there. I may just add a little bit more tiling cement to it. Just a teeny bit, just to help hold it together. There's a lot of lumps in this, but we'll work around the lumps. A little bit more. There we are. Oh. Mix that in. Again, some quite big lumps, but we'll hopefully mix those through. Is the video quality still okay, by the way? Should still be ticking away in HD. In theory, in practice I'm not so sure. Okay, so now that's mixed. Just need to give the ground a bit of a sweep. Just to get rid of any sort of loose debris that can. Over here. Doesn't matter if there's too much, we're going to cover it in a minute anyway. But that should do us. Right, take that plug out of the way. There we are. So that's the bit we're covering. Oh. And in theory, I'll put you down there. You should get a good view of what I'm doing. I really hope this works. Right then. I'm just going to spoon it on and hope for the best. So, in there. There. Go. Just keep doing that. Keep on, keeping it on. Right. I see a big old lump there. It's not what we wanted really, but never mind. We'll work with that. Is that a snail? I think that is a snail. Let me just move them out of the way. Oh, it's an ex-snail. It's a snail shell. Never mind. Right. On. A bit more of a lump there, never mind. Right. It's not an exact science by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just kind of lathering it on and seeing what happens. Tar like this, which is probably not ideal to be honest, but we'll work with it anyway. Right, down there, and somewhere I've got a bit of scrap wood that I'll use just to sort of move it around and get it reasonably flat. There we go. Chuck that on there as well. Okay. Right, that should be all of it. Right then. Here we are, bit of scrap wood. Move stuff around a bit. And we're just going to have to wait and see how this turns out, I think. It's not quite gone as I'd hoped, but never mind. It's all good. We'll soldier on and persevere, and everything will be good in the end. Right, over a bit. We'll see how this looks afterwards. Some over the other side as well if I can. Yeah. This is broadly starting to look a bit like I envisioned. Got any more in the bucket actually? Let's have a look. Try and spoon some over to the side. There we go. This isn't turned quite as flat as I hoped it would, but it's looking okay. You know, yeah, it's not meant to look perfect. It's meant to look a bit lumpy and yeah, kind of like it's been just sort of tipped over. Broadly the look I'm going for. So in theory, when this dries, this should make a nice ash-looking base. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm not 100% convinced at the moment, but it looks okay. I'm quite pleased with it, reasonably so. side to give a groove in the track if I can. So that's the important bit, that it needs to not derail things. Doesn't matter if it sort of piles up either side, but the middle bit needs to stay clear really. Yeah, I reckon this looks all right. Yeah, I mean, it's not what you might call perfect, but it's, oh, you fell over. I think that looks all right. Yeah. It'll be a depot. It's make them look a bit unloved and sort of thrown together. You fell over again. You see, you keep doing that, and so you're missing all the good bit. There we go. Right. Yeah. Reasonably happy with that. Just prod it around a bit. Just put this in best we can. Okay. Yeah, pleased with that. Well, there we are. So what we'll do is just try and find something. So I've got a knife in here, I think. Yeah, there we are. Okay. I'll run that sort of down the side of each rail, just scrape it. That's not really the talk of the job, I don't think, but never mind, we'll make it work. That on the top there. This isn't really the right tool for the job, but we'll make it work. So it's all I got. I need to make sure that there's enough of a gap sort of on the inside rail that the wheels won't get all down. Oh, actually, think about it, I could use the measuring truck for this bit. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I'll try. I mean, at the moment it does just look a mess, but you know, that's not entirely outside of what I was aiming for, but yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I might get the truck out in a minute, just give it a quick measure. Yeah. This is a bit like icing a cake, this. I will have a look through your comments in a minute. I promise I'm not ignoring you deliberately, just this is a rather time sensitive little job. The more I work with this, the more it starts to look like butter icing. Oh well, it's all right. Right, okay, is that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Right. Well, where's my wood gone? I've got a wood lying around. There it is. Okay, so. Scrape the track clean best I can. And what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to get my track laying truck and run it up and down the rails, just try and cut some grooves in it, and we'll see what that does. Right. You'll see what I mean. Hold on. Okay, so. Might just add some more weight to that. So if there's a bit more weight to the truck, then it'll press down on the cement a bit more, in theory. Well, that's the idea anyway. Right. Let's spread this about a bit. Right. Here we go. Oh. Well, that's almost immediately derailed, which isn't what we wanted. Okay, try the other way. Something stuck in the points. Is that just a bit of grit? There we are. Take a little bit of weight off. Get rid of the leaves. There we go. Get the weight. And top it. Okay. I think that's good. I've actually got a smaller bit of wood here. I'm just going to use just to kind of wipe off the surface of the rail as much as possible. There you go. There we are. That's what we want. We want a little bit of grime around the place, but not masses like. Okay. There we are. Good. I'm happy with that. Right. We'll leave that dry, and I'll come back to that probably tomorrow now. Right, now do excuse me, I'm just off to wash my hands. Okay, well, broadly speaking, I'm happy with that. I keep using that phrase, broadly speaking. So we can have a proper look. I'll show you around. Right, so there we go. I may just get enough and just roughen that middle bit up a bit. It's looking a bit too ideal at the moment. Yeah. See, butter icing, right? Not just me. Can't just be me. Okay, so there we are. There's a few spots of just normal cement in there, but I don't mind that too much. That could just be bits of clinker from the engine. So you know, not implausible, right? But yeah, I think that looks good. I'm pleased with that. Just try and cover the concrete on the side there as much as possible. Hang on. Yes. Paint here a bit, if we can. Yeah. Even if we just get like a little dom on the surface, I think that'll look good. Just a twig sitting there for some reason. Get rid of you. Yeah. What do we think? I think that looks all right. Get rid of the leaf. Don't want that there. Go. Sit over there. There's a little bit up here that needs touching in, but we'll do that. Alrighty. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah. I'm pleased with that. That looks good. Alrighty. I'll plonk that in the bucket. It's just going to sit in there. That can all dry out and be used later. Right. Just scrape that as best as I can. Oh. Okay. Can we all still see everything okay? Is the quality still good? Look all right? Oh. Kicked my truck over. That is pretty much what I was going for, to be honest. I think that looks all right, yeah. I may just put a little bit of just the dry cement down on the points at some point just to blend the colour in a bit. But I think that looks good. It looks like just ash from the smoke box has just been chucked everywhere, which is the look I wanted. Yeah. I can go down at some point with some sandpaper and just tidy this bit up a bit. But this side, I reckon that looks good. Yeah. Cool. Let's have a quick look in the chat room and go through your messages. Right. Up here, okay. Oh, well. That was a little bit worrying for a second there. Just going to move that teeny bit away from the edge. There we are. Right. Okay. What is going on with the contrast here? Because this is not... Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So, now, what's going on? Oh, I'll cover you up a second. It's not going to work. Okay, so... Tide Scott's with us. Hello. Devran's here. Hello. The Snow Leopard fam says I love Daleks. Lovely. Thank you. Nice track you got there, says Joshua Rainbow. No problem. Yorik's here. Hello. Express Gaming says, are your Daleks in working order? Roughly. Dalek Monty's doing fine, Joshua. Yorick says, haven't you heard Dalek Monty opened his own tea shop? I'm gonna have to Google and see there's a Monty's tea shop now. I'm sure there must be. Hello, Matty, says Helen. That's my mum. Hello, mum. What's Matt doing exactly? Well, what I'm doing is butter icinging my railway. Oh dear. Blah 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 blah. Conversation that doesn't include me. Nice construction of the tracks. Lovely. We're all caught up. Picture quality still okay, guys? Should still be 720p at least, if not full HD. I'll be happy either way, but yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm happy. I think going reasonably well. All things considered being equal. I think, I've just flipped that round. I am a little bit annoyed because you can see there a bit of the tiling cement has ended up on the wall, which is not how ash behaves, but I'll put a bit of sandpaper on that at some point, and everything will be well. Yeah. Ooh, little sit down now. How's the video quality and how's my battery? Okay, yeah, looking good. It is actually doing 1080p. Excellent. Then it was worth the investment. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to see happening. Good. Right. I think we should get the steam engine out. I think it's about time. So there we go. Hello, Doctorus. Yes, we did say hello, but we'll roll with it. It's okay. There we go. Oh, a little bit that way, like that. Yeah. Right. And if I spin it up here like this, yeah, it looks good. Okay. Right then. Which I could do with moving you backwards just a smidge. Okay. Because then, in theory, what you should be able to see is me, the engine, and everything I'm doing. Right. Great. Get rid of the rubbish. Get me firing up here. Water. Other stuff. Lovely. Okay. First job, fill up the water bottle. So, how are we all doing? Anyone got any questions for me? Anything you want to chat about or anything like that? Let me know. I'm an open book. Well, within reason. So I just top this up before we begin. Perfect. Right. Jolly good. Water down there. Check. Done. Right. There's the... There it is. Okay. Great. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Scott. I hope everything's okay. It's just occurred to me. I've got the little engine the wrong way round, really. I need to be... So, task number 1, fill the boiler up. There's a little gauge just in there. For those of you who haven't seen me do this before, let me just bring you around. You can see in there's a little water gauge, and as I pump the water in, you should at some point start seeing it fill up. So I'll just hold you there for a minute while I do that. Yes, Doctorus, sorry, not with it. So I just see you two talking all the time. You're kind of synonymous with each other. Much better with my new gizmo. It's steam powered. Hence the title. It's not really. I wish. No. Good old fashioned technology. Okay, I don't feel like any water's actually going in here, so I'm just gonna pop you down for a minute while I figure out what's the deal there. There we go. Yeah, water actually is coming out. There we are. Yeah, well, water's definitely going in, so in a moment we should start seeing it appear on the water gauge. Just while I'm around here, I'll just the oil cap return. I just drains any water that's accumulated in the oil pipes, because there's where you put the steam oil in here, it uses steam from the boiler to actually move oil to all of the places it needs to go, which is brilliant, but it does mean that when it cools down you get a little bit of condensation in the pipes, so you just unscrew that and it just drains off any excess. I think I must have done that last time when I finished up. So okay, well, quite a lot of water's gone into the boiler now, but it's not appearing on the water gauge. Should I be concerned? Little lady, you're going to break on me today? I hope not. Ah, there it is. It's all just come through at once, look. I'll just bring you around there. There you go. You can see a little bit of water on the gauge. And it's high enough quality that you can actually see that. Gee, the technology works. We'll just keep filling that up until it's somewhere between the first and second screw working downwards. About there-ish. It's always better to do a little bit too much water than too little. Ideally, you want to get it slap bang in the middle, but where that's not possible, too much is better, because the last thing you want to do is run the boiler dry, which I have done once. Don't recommend it. It's not pleasant. That's how things go bang. Right. There we go. Filler cap's not done up. Oh, sorry, the gas valve's not done up is what I meant to say. Oh yes, I knew you were excited about your gaming PC, weren't you? It's I'm glad to hear it's all working. I think this gas canister has a bit of a kink in the filler valve, but that's leaking far more than it should be. Sounds like it's had enough. Yeah, that I'm just going to finish oiling up and everything before I light the fire, because that's liable to go bang otherwise. Right, so next job. There's my steam oil. There it is. Lovely. So steam oil. Flip open the lid. There's a little screw cap in here. I'll break it around and show you in a second. Don't lose that, because last time I steamed it up, what I did was I failed completely, and I actually left it off. So I was getting nice lot of steam generating, but wasn't building up any pressure because it was pissing straight out the hole. I suck. Right, hang on a minute. Hello, me again. Don't worry, you won't have me for long. Right, flip that round and I'll show you what I'm doing. Right, so in there's that little hole. I'm just going to squeeze some oil into the hole. And I've already made a mistake because I've forgotten to tighten up the drainage cap. So let me do that. Oh, there we go. Right, so there we are. As you can see, as I squeeze gently, that fills up nicely. There you go. You see there's a little air bubble forming there. Now what you just about see in there is a little copper pipe and it's got a little hole in it. That is where steam comes out. And so what that does is, as steam passes through there, it forces oil out of the little filler chamber there and into the system. So it oils, you know, stuff like the pistons, which is where the steam ends up going, and just keeps all the internal bits that need to be oiled well lubricated. Good word, lubricated. It's an excellent word. Right. That bit. Take the cap, slide that in. Oop. It's a bit fiddly doing this one-handed. Okay, screw that in. Lovely. There we go. Right then. Okay, we're good. Right. Set you down there again. The syrupy liquid. It does look a bit like golden syrup. I have said this before. That is a high viscosity oil, otherwise known as steam oil, and it smells fantastic. It's beautiful. This basically what happens is when it's exposed to steam heat, it goes from being like the syrupy. So because you can see as it moves around in there, it's quite a syrupy thing. It goes from that to almost a pure liquid when you heat it, and that's what lubricates all the sort of internal bits of the engine. Now, the outside bits I've got to do myself. So, what gauge? This is SM32 gauge. So, 32mm gauge track, 16mm scale, 16mm to the foot. So, it's essentially a meant to represent 2-foot gauge in real terms. It's just a bit of oil on all the axle boxes and all the exposed moving bits. Do the same on the other side as well. You just want to give everything as much oil as possible without drowning it in it, because that way things are just going to move a lot better and you'll have a happier time. The last thing you want is an unlubricated steam engine. Children, grow up. Right, gas should have dissipated enough to make this safe to do now, so I'm just going to turn the receiver on. Oh, better find the light first, actually. There it is. Okay, so open up the valve. Oh, you know you want to. There we go. Okay, well that's gone out, so okay. Interesting. Did none of that go in the... There is no gas in that tank whatsoever. Well, that is extremely irritating, to be honest with you. Right, hold on. I don't think any of that has gone in at all. I'm giving up on this canister. I think the canister's broken, so I'm going to get rid of that and go get another one. I've twisted the canister, it's not happening. Yeah. Narrow gauge equivalent of gauge 3, I'd say, more accurately. But yeah, anyway, I'll be back in a second. I'm getting another canister. Okay, now I'm hoping my friend here is going to be a bit more cooperative than his colleague. So, sounds a little bit happier. A little bit of leakage still, but not as much by a long shot. Ah. It's like it's taking a lot of work. You can see that's going very cold from where I'm putting the gas in, or not, as the case actually is. Sounds a bit more healthy. Still nothing. Ha! I think I've broken it, guys. Hello, Lewis. Okay, well, I'm a bit stumped now, to be honest. Yeah, it's all just pissing out, isn't it? There's definitely not enough gas in there to light it, that's for sure. I wonder if the valve needs cleaning. This might need a bit of Google research. Let's try that now. I may just try, just for the sake of argument. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a go, just see if this helps, like, at all. No, it's just not going in at all, is it? Like, what if? I reckon the filler the filler valve is blocked. Not right sure what, if anything, I can do about that. Hmm. That did sound like there was gas coming out for a second there. I'll persevere with it. Right. I'm going to go do some Google research. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm wondering if the gas filler valve is blocked. I'm just going to give it a little prod there. Don't want to do too much because that's how you break it. Let's get rid of that. Right. There we go, that's better. About 20 to 30 seconds, it reckons. Okay, so. Okay. That's better. Goodness me, that was a palaver. Right. That seems to have sorted it out. Right. No, don't do that. Turn the burner up a bit. It's looking a bit, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think it's struggling is the word I'm looking for. Right, let's see. What have I missed while I've been gone? Lewis says, I love live seam locos, especially the gauge 1 standard gauge. I have my eye on 2 coronation class. Oh, I love them. Double O gauge Dinner Dan hates coming out on my siding as she stalls on the points. Sometimes I have trouble coupling up with my coaches and I get annoyed by that. Yeah, that's the thing is, railway modelling is beautiful. I love railway modelling. It's fantastic. It's great fun. However, it can sometimes wind you up a bit. I think is the best way of putting it. Okay, so we've oiled her up. We're all good to go. Let me just check if the remote's working as it should be. Cool. Reverser. It's open, regulator shut. Open, regulator shut. Don't get that confused. I've done that before. Left it wide open, gone to just like, you know, oh, I'll just let it drift, and it's gone racing off. You don't want that. That's not what you want at all. Right, so how's our cement looking? Let's have a little look. Oh, it's drying nicely, actually. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm actually quite pleased with this. This is looking all right. Reasonably pleased with that. I might have to sort of chip away a bit of it to run trains on it, but yeah, it's looking okay, all things considered. In fact, I'm just gonna get my truck out again, just run that over it briefly, just to kind of free some bits up. Okay, right. That's that way, and this way as well. And feeling. Can't help but notice gas burner's quiet. Oh no, I'm just making too much noise. That was the problem there. Right. Okay, so here we go then. Little on the old gauge there, which as you can see still sat comfortably at nothing. Okay, brilliant. Oh, blimey, I'm nearly out of power. That's a fail. Okay, so plug you in. There we go. Oh. Yeah, probably should have done that a while ago. Actually, that's my